Jiddu Krishnamurti was born in India on 11th May, and he lived for 90 years, and he spoke all the life. When he was a child, he was a child of Naranaya and Sanjeevamma. He was the 8th child of them. He and his brother were playing on the seashore of Adyar. That is, his father was a theosophical member. He has a lot of adoration towards Anibisent and Leadbeater got, with the grace of one of the master, he got occult vision or yoga drishti. So he was able to see the past births of every person. So like that, he observed Krishnamurti and he saw in his body's selflessness. So that time there was a saying that a moral teacher is about to take birth. He is about to come, like that. So Leadbeater informed the same thing to Anibisent. She was not there at that time. Then Anibisent asked him to adopt the boy. Then he went to Narayanaya and he asked to adopt. Then Narayanaya felt, I have so many children, I may not give proper education to these boys. So he accepted to give them and Krishnamurti and Nityananda for adoption. So both of them, Leadbeater and Anibisent, adopted. Krishnamurti was calling Anibisent as Amma, and Anibisent never said why, no, don't do like that things. She never said to Krishnamurti. And Krishnamurti was adopted by Leadbeater, and Leadbeater taught him all the things, even cleaning the body and all these things. And he taught English, and he introduced to world teachers, that is adepts or Mahatmas. And then Krishnamurti started an organization called Order of the Star. When he realized his revelations were increasing day by day, and when he realized that no organization or no this type of things are required to know the truth. Truth is a pathless land. Saying like that, he dissolved that organization, and at that time crores of money were given to Krishnamurti from many countries. So whatever money he received, he distributed all the money to those people who gave. And his revelations were growing slowly and slowly, more and more. And then he started giving lectures, but his lectures were not the expectation of the Theosophical Society. So some of them asked him to go out, but Anibisent did not say anything. She was saying, at this time we may not understand his lectures, but later on those people who are born can understand his lectures. So Krishnamurti started giving lectures, and then he organized, he dissolved, after dissolving organizations, he was lecturing, and some process was going on inside him, and he taught so many things to them. So one of that is in briefly I say the Krishnamurti's teachings, the philosophy of Krishnamurti. Krishnamurti says that self-knowledge is the primary thing. It is not a thing to learn to get at the end of the life. So everyone should know about himself. So another important thing he said, the limitation of thought. He said the thought is it is of past knowledge, so it is of the past. The thought which is of the past cannot know about this oneself, or about this omnipotent or omniscient thing. So it is, as it is limited, it cannot. For example, you take a small scale and measure the sea, how difficult it is. Like that, with the limited instrument thought, we cannot know the self. But the thought is very important for worldly activities, to know anything, to learn any technological knowledge, to go anywhere, to do the pilgrimage. For all these things, thought is important. And one more important thing he said is awareness. So, choiceless awareness, he was saying. That means when we are aware, this is good, this is not, this is like that, we judge. So, without any judgment, that choiceless awareness is very important. Another important thing is conditioning. People are conditioned with certain ideas, and we should come out of the conditioning and predetermined ideas. All these things he was saying to make man free. He tried and tried his entire life to make man free. So he was saying, what is me? Me is nothing but my past knowledge, my memories, my ideas, my aspirations, my whims and fancies. All these things together, we say the consciousness or the me. And then in that me, with these all things, we get frustration. And that is why man is always in conflict and miseries and frustration. So to understand this me without any type of observer, that is, observe that he is saying that in meditation also, that is, meditation is seeing without an observer and observed. That is what he says. And he is trying to help all the people where they are. They need not go to any forest, they need not run away anything. By leading our normal life, how to liberate. That point he told in a very simple way. But because his language is simple, but we are conditioned, that's why we feel Krishnamurti is very difficult. So Krishnamurti said, observe the self without thought. If you are above the thought, there is a type of silence, and that is a very pure thing. And in that silence, there is no observer. And in that way, you can see what is the me. This me is the cause of all types of miseries, sufferings, difficulties, sorrows, anger, everything. And another thing he is saying is, observe in the day-to-day life, we are getting so many times we are angry, but we never try to understand what anger is. He says, don't come out of the anger. We are using so many techniques to come out of the anger, to escape from the anger. But observe the anger without any thought. What is that anger? In the same way, he is asking us about aloneness. Be alone. Because in the aloneness, we can find the truth. But people are trying to come out, to run out of the aloneness. So they see, to escape from aloneness, we are seeing the TV, watching the TVs, listening to the radio, or going to the bhajans, or so many types of worships, all these things to avoid the aloneness we are doing. So if you observe it, you are with it, and you come out of that. The fear of aloneness will not be there. So he is saying that self-knowledge is essential for all the things. In the light of self-knowledge, you study any type of ethic, then you can understand it properly. And the conditioning is giving many difficulties. We are conditioned with so many ideas. And for example, a person, when you see him in anger, you say that he is an angry person. So we determine like that. It is the conditioning. So in that way, so many traditions and all were conditioned. We never see into it. So he is saying that these all things are making us miserable. So all the things which thought and its limitations, where we have to use this instrument thought, there only we have to use. Where it is not useful, it isn't useful to know me or to know the infinite. That is why we shouldn't use thought there. So go beyond the thought means go beyond me. The center, me, is giving us all troubles. And that is why we acquire this thing, that thing, to support that me. And we have so many affections, all these things. With this I conclude.